Yo, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Woo, busy day today. Busy day. Did Shuli's show, and then I did Kevin Brennan's show, not knowing that. Well, I didn't say anything bad about Shuli, so but I didn't know that those guys were adversaries. I thought Kevin was on the network, but I guess not. No big deal. I didn't say anything bad. Kevin asked me to come on. I helped him get Chauncey, and he was very nice to have me on. And so was Shuli. We talked about Hackamania. I stopped by Hackamania to say hello to Anthony and American Cupcake. Did he give you Mrs. Melendez's phone number and read it on air? No, the super tips. Oh shit, that's what I forgot to do. Give me 1 second, everybody. Hold on a sec. I didn't pin my thingy. I'll do that. Wait, I gotta. Okay. Come on in, everybody. The water's fine. I knew I forgot one step, but you gotta have steps when you do shit in this brain. But I had a good time today. It was a very active day. I figured I'd just come on and let you guys abuse me for a little bit on my own time. Command copy. Then I gotta go here. And then I gotta go here. And then I gotta go here. Command V. Send it. Then pin it. Oh, see, this. Oh, I know why it's doing this. I got it. Computers don't like me. It only takes me 100 times to do something and get it right. It's a very, very hard life I live. Okay. Let's go to my channel. I'm live. Look at me. I'm live, everybody. Comments. I'm live. Look at me. I'm live, everybody. Comments. I'm live. Look at me. I'm live, everybody. Comments. I know I'm getting that go. Okay. I'm live. Look at me. I'm live, everybody. Sorry about that. Okay. And I go to this. And I go to that. No, this is like such a long thing to do. Okay, super tips are up. How you doing, everybody? This reminds me of someone. So I had to give a little intro, get some people in there. Everything's like a process, you know? Yeah, I'm not really caring about that man that's going off on me right now. He's got some issues. I like this guy because he's got one of my favorite albums of all time. Speak of the Devil. My man, how you doing? No, I'm not. If those people don't like each other, doesn't mean I can't like both of them. Again, with John, I have to pick a side. I don't have to do anything. I can do whatever I want. That's the fun thing about living in America. Thank you. I appreciate everybody. So I put the camera this way so I can kind of see people's comments. But I prefer the super tips. It's a lot better. Great appearance on mic. I don't know what that means. But, so I went to Hackamania, and I met a lot of you people out there, and it was very nice. I got to chill with Anthony Cumia for a while, who's always been so great to me. And I got to meet all the Dabbleverse people that were there. I didn't get to meet everybody. I came down for a little bit to hang with Anthony, and then I came back at night because a friend of mine owns a nightclub right down the block, and Black Flag played, so I went to go see her. I went to her nightclub to see Black Flag, and then sort of didn't go back. But everybody there has got their own little clique, and it was nice to meet everybody. Top Shelf Liquor Crew, yes. But I just want people to, I don't know, I'm doing what I was brought out here to do, is monetize my channel. So it's an experiment, and it's going well. And I appreciate everybody that comes on. But if you're coming on here for me to like badmouth people and shit, Karmic, he could say whatever he wants. He's stuck in Minnesota, and I'm stuck in one of the greatest cities in the world. So yeah, I guess it's official that I'm dead to John. It's not the first time it happened to everybody. It's probably like the 10th time. This is a pattern with his friendships and everything. I stabbed him in the back because I brought Chauncey on, and Chauncey doesn't like him. A lot of people don't like him. I don't know what to say. I didn't defend him. Is that why he was mad? Is that his thing? So I'm gonna turn my phone off because it's gonna start blowing up. It's like I don't ask to go on these shows, and I'm happy to be a guest on anybody's show. It's kind of cool, but I, Shuli asked me to come on this morning, and I did, but I had something I had to do, so I did it for my car, and then after I had to get off with Shuli, I'm getting all these messages from people. Well, Kevin Brennan's talking about you right now, and then Kevin sent me a link. I did his show for a little bit, and then I got back to the studio, and I went back on Shuli's show, but they were done because Shuli was, he was the first person to ask me to come on today, so I went back, and yes, I'm half Irish, half embarrassed. So I went back, and I went to Shuli's show first, and then I went on Kevin's show, and I just did about an hour with Kevin. Who is this $2 Dan guy? I'll put this up, but Super Tips is up if you want to. He's mad at $2 Dan. Dan is manipulating him because the scene's on air, trying to make him burn all his remaining IRL bridges, so he's isolated with just Dan. I did nothing wrong. Thank you for that. Well, this is just John's thing. He just, it's sad that it's got him in this situation. And, I'm your friend, I'm your friend, I'm your friend. And then the moment you do something, you're dead to me. What do you know? So, yeah, I don't know who this guy $2 Dan is, but I know people talk about him a lot. And they don't have anything nice to say. And then there's Eva, who I would like to officially start calling her Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings. Prima Wormtongue was the character that was in the king's ear, giving him all false and bad information from Saruman. That's Eva. She's Prima Wormtongue. She just, the 3 minutes I watched of John going off on me, she's just sitting there and doing that, but she has some delight in her evilness of watching John get more angry and angry, and she keeps fueling the fire, just like Prima Wormtongue. And it was disturbing how demonic her face looked, its face looked. Spewing all this shit and just giving John more fuel and more lies. It's pretty sad, and I really, I knew that person was no good the moment I laid eyes on it, and it was, so definitely evil. So if everybody would start a campaign to change her name to the Prima Wormtongue, I'd be very happy about that. But she's just awful and mean. The last time I wrestled, I'll put that, I'll give it to you, because now you're talking my language. Last time I wrestled was when I coached Xavier High School in Manhattan. And then I did come back like a year later, and they were like, oh, I got on the mat, and I wrestled with this kid, and he was really good, and I took him down, and I almost blacked out. I'm trying to figure all this out. Is someone using my name as a Rattle Steve Grillo? Oh, my God. Oh, why would you put your name, my name on your name? John isn't mad. You had Chauncey on. He's mad at you because every single time Chauncey badmouthed Shuli, you defended Shuli and took his side against John. Really? Because again, I don't have a problem with Shuli, so I'm able to say whatever I want to say. Sunflower Dragon. Yeah, I just picked. You know what? Because I'll put Sunflower Dragon up because they're a nice person. It's so funny you called David Wormtongue. The guy named Clay Dabbler used to be close to John, and Clay told John, "You have a worm tongue in your ear," and that's what she was doing. It just reminded me like the scene from the the Lord of the Rings, where the guy was whispering in the king's ear, "Oh, look who's here." She was doing that to John, and the delight on her face while she made up lies and got John more angry and more angry. It was just, I was like, holy crap, that's the Lord of the Rings, Wormtongue. But yeah, I was about to go home. I said, let me jump on for 5 minutes. I got some people coming on this week. I haven't nailed anything down. How could I say something so hurtful? I don't know, because it was, I didn't start this, you did. So what's this? The best part about wrestling is putting on the women's swimsuit. Yeah. The best part of wrestling is telling your parents you're gay. That's the hardest part of wrestling. No. I'm not reading from a script, and if I was, you wouldn't know it. Yeah, I guess if the people that just want to have John to themselves, is that the deal? And that so they're gonna push and get in his head and to push everybody away. So they, like, I come on John's show and John doesn't have them on the show, and it takes away from their little moment of fame. Is that what everybody's saying? You change your name? This guy's always trying to get me. First of all, we didn't. Oh, you were trying to rat me. I said nothing bad about Shuli. He mentioned Shuli a couple of times, but I said nothing bad about Shuli. And if I defended Shuli when Chauncey was on, it's because Shuli's done nothing but good things and had me on his show. So I'm not going to badmouth him, and I'm not going to badmouth everybody just because that's what they do. But Kevin Brennan invited me on. He's got a lot of followers, and I'm here to get more followers and sell a book. So if I can use that to my advantage without hurting people's feelings, then I'm gonna do it. And if people get I am Sunflower Dragon. I am monetized on YouTube. I know I have the hours. My old producer Noah, he was managing my YouTube channel, and his name is still on there. So we have to just get his name off. And then there's like one step I have to do just to get up on there, and I'll figure that out in the next day or two. And I will have super tips and super chats. Another thing I have to worry about trying to learn, but why would you know? John's not, Shuli's not in John's ear. Worm Tongue is. And I said, so somebody changed their name to Rattle Steve Grillo. So everybody's going to try to, I don't get mad if people say I was a whack packer. I don't have to prove to anybody that I wasn't. But I did go off on that once, and they probably were listening to me do that. No, John doesn't like Shuli. Shuli doesn't like Kevin Brennan. Nobody likes Shuli. I like everybody. Thank you, RC Nation. I appreciate that. I don't even want to. Just a racist statement. Yeah, I'm a big anti-racist person. So you can make up whatever you want. And Worm Tonguing it again. Yes, he did. But, whew, come on in, everybody. The water's fine. Just hate people that smile. I don't know the whole story about Shuli's producer. I heard tales of it, but I tend to stay away from that because if it's a negative thing toward Shuli, I don't want to go down that road. So. But if the guy was a pedophile and he's no longer on the show, obviously he's gone. I stay out of it. I don't know, and I don't care. If someone's nice to me, I'm nice to them. I'm not here to create controversy. I'm here to just do a show like I've been doing for like the past 15 years. I've been doing this before the Dabbleverse. You don't need to sign up for the Dabbleverse. You don't need to take a test to be in the Dabbleverse. All I do is go on live on my YouTube, and here you are. So you want to be on? That's fine. I'm getting numbers. I've gotten over almost close to 1,000 new followers in the past month, and I am now monetized. I am qualified to monetize on YouTube, which I'm going to be doing sometime this week. And I got super tips. And I got new followers, and I'm doing my show that I've been doing for a very long time, before any of this, and I put it to rest for the past 3 years, and now I'm starting it up again, because why the fuck not? It's so funny that these people will do and say horrible things to you on other shows, and then you call them out, and then they get mad at you. Yeah. I know Jerry's a bad person. I got a big mouthful. You guys made it very clear about Beer Can Jerry, and I have cut ties with him since then. So, John was very influential in saying that he was a great guy, and that he's out here to help you. And then Kevin Brennan made a point that, or somebody did that. Maybe he was just pushing me to be friends with him because he would know exactly what I was up to. So, and everybody's got to bring up the kids thing. I'm not going down the kid road, sorry. Listen, the guy did nothing wrong to me. He's aware. The last communication I had with him, I said, bro, I can't have this kind of heat on my channel because of you and the things they accuse you of doing. And I don't. I'm an anti-doxer, and I don't like that shit. And if he did, if he did do that, that's fucking wrong in my book. So I'm not going down that road. And if he does all of John's dirty work, then he did a great job because he pissed everybody off, got me everybody mad at me, and now I gotta repair the damage that he did. So I won't be ever doing anything with him with this show in mind. So yeah, I knew about the hate for John, for Christ's sake. That's just apparent. But I really didn't know there was hate for Shuli. I just because again Shuli's been nothing but good to me since I met him back probably the beginning of Sirius. So I don't have any hate for Shuli. And Kevin Brennan, everybody said I got to be on Kevin Brennan's show. Look, here's the deal too. It's like when Chauncey came on, he had somebody reach out to me. He wanted to get Chauncey on the show. And Kevin said some fucking pretty shitty things about me, but that's Kevin. We understand that. And I said to the person, wait, Kevin wants to get Chauncey on and wants me to put that together. But he says crappy things about me. I said, you know what? I'll hook it up. Don't worry about it. I don't care. It doesn't make a difference to me. And that was, I did. And he had a great show with Chauncey. He got a lot of attention. And now, he had me on the show for like over an hour. And I thought that was pretty nice of him. And he was actually nice to me. And he kind of took my side with the whole Howard Stern not getting paid thing. And so it's like, Shuli and Kevin, I thought they were actually on the same network together. Were they on the same network at some point? I thought they were like a team. I thought that everybody was under one network at some point. So, but I will not badmouth people that I consider a friend. And so when Chauncey was talking about Shuli, I was like, he doesn't like Shuli either, but I don't care. John must have pissed Shuli off at some point. There's a reason why all this is happening. So I don't know anything that I go home, I watch TV. I'm not going to sit here and go home and tune into people yelling at each other and being hateful. I wouldn't. Bob Levy's a funny motherfucker. I'm sure he's having a giggle. I'm sure he's like fueling fires and stuff. But that's Bob, and I've never had a problem with Bob. He's come on my show before. And he's always done a great job. He's a very funny guy, and Bob Levy's cool in my book. And if he's doing this, he's actually doing me a favor by getting people to, I'm getting clipped like crazy, and people are tuning in, and it's wonderful. Even though you guys don't say many nice things, it's nobody likes Shuli, but yet everybody's on there. They were super tipping them like crazy. So there must be somebody. I don't know if you don't like somebody, do you go on this show and pay to ask a question? So I don't know. Obviously, people must like me because they're not paying me to ask a question. I'm not really trashing John. I'm just trashing John would be what they do. I'm giving just truth information about what my past relationship and my experiences are with John. Like I knew this was going to happen. I knew that if I did a show, John would be my friend. But I knew at some point it would crash and burn because that's what happens it's happened like 10 times in my life and I knew it was going to happen again. I knew there'd be something that he didn't like and it would end the friendship like that. And people like, oh, I warned you, but you didn't really warn me. You knew this was coming, Peter. I knew it was coming at some point because it's real easy for him just to turn his back on me, which means he's never a friend to begin with. Well, I got clipped. He was getting clipped a lot every time I did the show. If that helps him out, I don't know. But, oh, wait. I was on the wrong thing. Hold on a second. This is why I need someone to fucking come on here and do this shit for me. Because, I don't know. Hold on. I can't do both. Voltaire, you're funny and actually know how to interview people. Southern John saw how good you are on his show and he got jealous. So he tried to sabotage you. Southern John is sad and angry drunk. Thank you, Voltaire. And then I think I got one here. This one, Jerry said, Jerry, strike Shuli's channel for John. Despicable. Thank you, Jacob Shed. I was on the road. This is so bad. I appreciate your super tips, everybody. I don't know if this is another one. This is from Shane M. It may be time to realize Southern John is a really bad person. That is the reason so many people hate him and fuck with him. He deserves it. And I have all these super tips. I think no one's like reaching out to me. There's another one. Voltaire, Southern John said someone to mess with your show. He's jealous. Oh, if that's what everybody's saying, I'm gonna I guess I have to like deal with the realization that maybe that's true. There's anything else down here? Oh, traveling man. Yeah, everybody did. So, okay. Thank you very much for everybody doing the super tips. Do you want to enable dictation? Not now. Anybody want? How's my dick taste? So, appreciate everybody coming in. You think? Well, he would never admit that he was jealous if he was jealous anyway. Doesn't work like that. I've been close with narcissists before because I'm a nice guy. Mean MF Mike, hey girl, a big fan. Wishing happy birthday to my friend John Golboni. Golboni? Is that something? If it's your friend, congratulations, happy birthday, buddy. And I have a feeling that that's code, and they're gonna clip that and use that for something else. But it's okay. Beer can belly Jerry is F. I don't know what that means. I'm 100% telling the truth, pal. Well, okay. I just Irish, half Irish, half embarrassed. So no, I'm just kidding. I always say that. Oh wait, people are being so fucking stupid. You're gonna ask me questions. I know I'm gonna talk about that I've already talked about before. I don't know who you are, but you're not getting a link unless you pay. You have to post your face, your Insta, your email. Whew, it's been a long day, but yeah, I just wanted. So I was with Kumia while he was playing blackjack, and that boy knows how to bet. So then he said, I got to go inside. I said, well, all right, I'm gonna chill at the bar. I'll probably leave. He goes, no, come inside with me. I was like, I didn't pay to get in. And he goes, no, you'll be my guest. So he brought me in as his guest. And I sat there, and they had a giant movie screen. And it was just giant thing of John and his show. And they just picked apart every freaking word that the guy said. It was pretty damn funny. But I got to be honest, it was kind of awkward. Oh, here we go. So I got to go here, and then I got to go here. Does someone want to come over and do this for me? Because I can't bring Jerry over anymore. Wow, big $10. Thank you. Well, where'd it go? Hold on a second. I got to take this one off. This is a fucking nightmare to me. So, Sunflower Dragon, $10. Cheers, Grillo. Thank you so much, Sunflower Dragon. I apologize. You could see it there. Voltaire. Oh, you want to know why? Because I have it up on here. Hope you're enjoying this, everybody. Am I entertaining or what? I gotta hide this. Okay. And then I go to Super Tip. And then Voltaire, so Sunflower Dragon, thank you very much for your $10 Super Tip. That's very nice. Oh, there's a lot going on here. I've got John to take this. So I don't want to get anybody's shit taken down. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got a right to be here. Just because you get butthurt over someone saying something on another channel, you got to take the channel down. You know, it's just, and you know how hard it is to get the shit back up, and there's no one you can talk to explain to. So you get something taken down, and it's just like, that's a real fucking shitty way to go about doing things. You know what I'm saying? Stand up. I could have walked into the Lion's Den with Kevin Brennan today. And I manned up and I did, and it could have went a really different way. Kevin Brennan's got a sharp tongue. He could be mean as a motherfucker, but I took the chance and went on anyway, and it turned out to be good. So it was quite the experience, and he doesn't hold back. He's still like called me stupid for a bunch of times, which I guess is his thing. But and he was right a couple of times. But yeah, Ava will be. I need Worm Tongue as a producer. That'd be great. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I got Howard's breakfast every day. It wasn't. It was 100, I believe. So it wasn't fair. I'm dyslexic, man. No, I don't know anything about those IQ tests. I was like, fuck, I never took one before. And yeah, I'm dyslexic, so it's not exactly easy to fucking read when you're dyslexic. Yeah, well, I want Ava. I'm not saying. Jackie the Joke Man does not have an ego, okay? I can tell you that right now. What's this? I think that has helped John because so incredibly unliked, he was striking everyone for a while. I think that's sort of the coward's way to go. But Kevin, well, that's what a lot of people told me. Kevin has a huge audience, and they're very, very loyal to Kevin. But I didn't go on for that. I did Kevin's show once before when he was on Compound Media, and he was cool enough. We had a great time on the show. He gave me his phone number back then, and still his number. But I had a nice time when I did a show. It was fun, and I got no problem. But that he's got a hot head, and you go on his show, you better be prepared to get your ass handed to you. So I was, but I didn't back down from it. I went on, and we wound up going on for a very long time. He made a shit ton of money too. Holy crap! He doesn't even answer the questions like I'm answering right now. He just does super chats, and he's getting $5, $10, $20 a question. He probably made, and I'm sure he makes this. It's not. He didn't make this because of me. But I'm sure he must have that when I was on, I could tell he probably made like $300 or $400, maybe more, which is like good for him. This one guy kept calling, giving him $5 just to insult me. I was like, yo, make your money, bro. You know, and okay, then I gotta go there, and then I gotta go here, and it breaks my chain of thought. No, and this is all fucked up. Now I gotta go over here and play it over here. There we go. Shane M., not that you want my advice, but you should try to relax. You seem uptight. Yes, there are assholes and people will goof on you. Just roll with it. I think I'm doing a pretty good job considering I am a sensitive person. I do have when I get on air, tend to get hyper. It's like an adrenaline rush. What's this guy saying? Grillo, you aware that the guy who does the Dr. Huge show is the guy who does the Ava character? No, I don't know what that is. So I get hyper when I'm on the air. It's like it's an endorphin adrenaline thing. I'm not uptight. If I was uptight, I wouldn't be doing this. Forever Rage. We drink over here. Grillo, we party. Well, everybody seemed to be partying at Hackamania. Everybody seemed like to have a great time. I wasn't about to do, Shane M. again. Thank you very much. So I gotta go over here and then go over there. Oh, I gotta catch up to this. $2 Dan. Yeah, I don't. Was $2? No, $2 Dan. I don't think I've never met him or something. He hasn't really bothered me, which is fine by me. Not here to start wars with people, and I don't care what anybody else has to say. Maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, before I got real chubby, I would say maybe Robert, but it would take a lot for me to get in the singlet. I'm in incredibly horrible shape for the first time in my life. I just stopped caring about training, and I've been training since I was 13 years old, maybe 12, no, 13, and I just don't want to go to a gym anymore. And I kind of took a break over the summer at my campground, and I was the laziest motherfucker, and I basically got fat, but I could lose the weight if I wanted to. It's just too much. $5 super tip coming through. Now, where is it? Gotta hit play. Voltaire, Southern John and his team are evil people. Southern John wanted access to your tax guy's sponsor because he wants money. That is why he's so mad you rejected Jerry. Watch out. Huh. That is a good theory. Richard, he would never go with Sean. He knows everything that's going on. And I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, he's not taking Rich. Rich is the reason why I'm here. So it's a totally thing. I could picture that Jerry was so nice to me. He did help me out before I found out all this crap about him, and I wasn't told. But it wouldn't be surprised to me if he was taking notes on everything I was doing as far as where, how, and if I think you're my friend, I'll tell you what the hell is going on. No, he did not. Hey, Nasty Meal, what's going on? Oh, there's Nasty Meal and Nasty Neil. Jesus, he's not that dastardly. I guess not. I don't know. Oh, I gotta. This is so funny. All right. So I can't. I'm not. I don't know. That's a theory people have said. Another theory is people were telling me that he would find out when I was going on, and then schedule his show at the same time. But I don't. Maybe he would do it. Maybe he didn't. I'm not saying it. But it was something that more than one person had been saying to me that he's mirroring your show to take people away. Nasty Meal, I killed it. Thank you so much. I come on these people's shows and I do. I think I give them some good material, and it's all reciprocal. There's a nail on the head. You're very astute, Voltaire. Who was it? Somebody I know that was watching the show brought your name up. I think it was when I had Danny Miner on. I think it might have been one of my exes. She was watching the show and she brought your name up, Voltaire. She was like, "Hi, Voltaire, he's very mean." But I was like, not all the time. Rev Rage. Jerry has always been cool to me. Did he do anything to you, Grillo? Yeah, well, what he did was he did me a favor. He came on my show and basically got me a bunch of people that hate my guts because of what he's done. So, super tip. If that's the case, if he did, everybody was scared that he was going to hold that thought right there. Come on with this shit. Sunflower Dragon. For any John information is currency, so any info Jerry could get could benefit John in the long run. I guess, yeah. There's things that are like unrolling, and John would be, I would never do that to you, but I don't know. I posted a picture of Cardiff. I did. Did I meet Cardiff? I don't know. No, yeah, nice try, Mean Mike. What is it, my Mo the bartender? I don't think so. Nasty Neil. Nasty Neil, and plus I don't have my glasses on, even though the screen is that big. Look how big the screen is. I still can't see. Come on, there we go. Trying to get that out. So I have it positioned here so I can see this. I need help. Oh. So that's why in a weird way, he never did anything directly to me, and it kind of, I hate to think that someone was doing something nice for me and everybody's accusing them of something else, but I had to say I can't have this kind of heat on me when I'm trying to develop something and everybody's telling me that you're stealing, you could have stole their information. And if he did, that's exactly what I'm against, is stealing information and putting people's personal information up just as a tactic of getting back at them, because you can't figure out any other way to handle yourself but be a fucking pussy and put out personal information. I'm not down with that. So but listen, he sat right here. He sat right next to me. I was watching everything he did. So he wasn't necessarily going through my shit other than when there was a super tip. He hit me up and he sent it over. So he didn't know, at no point did he have, like, my computer's right here. Okay? Like, it's right here. So it was more a fact that I found out the hard way where he sits in this universe, and I corrected the situation. See, here's I want to address this because Red Dragon, how do you join the Dabbleverse and know nothing of it and just expect to be paid? Oh God, is there an application for the Dabbleverse that I don't know about? Like, I joined it, or did I just start doing my YouTube show again, which I stopped doing 3 years ago, and now I got paid to come out here and do it. Okay, I didn't join anything. You guys joined me on YouTube, and now I joined the Dabbleverse. That doesn't make any sense. Did I take a test and get in? Did I have to go through a board and get approved? No, I just started doing my YouTube channel show that I was doing 5 years ago, and actually was kind of successful at it. I made money off of that one too. I was monetized before anybody was getting monetized. So I joined the Dabbleverse not knowing anything. No, I started doing my show again, and you guys came on, and I knew what I was getting myself into. But what, do I have to be educated to be in the Dabbleverse? I'm seeing that, yeah, it helps a lot, but no, I just started doing what I used to do before any of this ever happened. So I don't understand what the people got going on. What's this now? You have said your rounds that Beer Jerry was impacting your money. What do you think that you get the money from the Dabbleverse people? No, because I didn't want a campaign for people to start telling, like, they're thinking that A, he produces my show, B, he has anything to do with my show, C, that he's stealing my information that is on my computer. It didn't happen. And I don't want people to think that, because it obviously starts all these fucking rumors and people are ready to jump on, drag you down. And I can't have that right now. So I fixed the situation, and that's that. I'm not mad. Who's right? But I don't know. I don't know who's right anymore. Well, the truth is Shuli fans are not Stern fans. Okay, they know him from here. I know Shuli from Stern. Shuli's been good to me. I need monetization. I mean, Mike, it's a funny guy. I'm not going to do the same shit as everybody else because I do my thing. I'm not a person that likes to scream and yell and say horrible things about other people, dox them and get them stricken down from what they either do. Some people actually use this to make a living. And striking people down is just a way to take money out of their pocket. It's not, I don't know. You are right to say you didn't join the Dabbleverse. It joined you. It's like I put in an application and said, hey, can I come in, everybody, and play? No. I was brought out here to start something, and I did. I started my show up, and that's what I'm doing. So there you go. I could be in Manhattan and be a miserable prick, and I'm in Vegas, and I'm having a great time. What's this? All caps. Did you tell your sponsor guy if John can make money? No. He was the one who made it. I can't say he made me, but he was a fan of my show when it was on. He was a guest on my show. He was a sponsor on my show when I was at the studio back in New York in Times Square, and he's been a cherished friend for many years. Got me out of a lot of tax situations that I sort of. When you get so far deep into a situation where you just ignore it and it keeps getting worse, and he's the one who made me fucking get my shit together. And, everybody has a bad time in life, and I just sort of wasn't having fun in life at some point, and I just ignored all the problems that were standing in front of me, and he helped me get my shit together, and I thank him for it every day, and he's been a friend, and he asked me if I wanted to come out and do some shit out here with him. But it's tax season, so he's swamped right now. But he's given me full access to this fucking beautiful facility. It's it's really cool if you want to see it real quick. There's a gym over there. There's a couch. There's a pool outside. There's a kitchen. There's a place to crash if I wanted to, but I don't. You don't shit where you eat. So, but yeah, no, it's basically a second house that he's letting me use to do this, and it's great. This is all his equipment. This is all his everything, and I'm very blessed. And that's the problem. People don't get it. Like if you're a nice person, people are nice to you. So, and it's not. This isn't my apartment. This isn't someone. It is technically a house, but he turned the house into a sort of a man cave. Yeah, he's not fucking me, literally and figuratively. No, he's just a good dude. Who's writing us? Rich likes to. He's a very smart man. He likes to, when he has ideas, he likes to write them on a fucking board because he's a ex-college professor. So that's how he writes his. That's how when he gets inspired. He has white chalkboard. Well, his white like those boards all over. There's one in there. There's one in there. There's one in his house. And in his bedroom. So when he has ideas, he likes, and he's very smart. So it's like he gets all his ideas out as soon as he gets them, which is a smart thing to do. I don't do that. Revenge rage. I don't care. Like, someone asked a question, so I'm going to talk about it. I care about the guy. I'm going to talk about what I want. But thank you very much for the input. Excuse me. Oh, man. A lot of talking today. This is not vodka. It was, I don't think it's just Shuli. Like, the people at Hackamania seemed like everybody had something to say about John. Shuli just has a show about it. But the people at Hackamania, there was a whole panel of people like analyzing every verb that came out of John's mouth on a 20-foot screen, no less. I stayed for about 20 minutes, and I watched Kumia for a little bit. The man is funny. It was good to see him and get to hang out a little bit. He's just so nice to me because, again, he's nice to me. I'm nice to him. It's real simple. It's not that hard. Why Dabbleverse is about bashing John. I understand that. But again, I didn't sign up to join the Dabbleverse. I didn't put it, again, I didn't do it. I'm here because I'm putting the band back together. What does that mean? If Grillo, John, and Dan have been saying Kumi bombed and was booed off stage, is this true? If that happened, it happened after I left. He was killing it while I was there. It was really funny. Yeah, well, why wouldn't I? I have a show to promote and a book to promote. Why wouldn't I make my round on all the shows? I do shows because I'm here, and it's a way to get more people to come to my channel. Never super tip. Then I gotta go here. Then I gotta go here. Everything's repetitive. Oh wait, I gotta be here and then here. Hold on. American Cupcake, what's happening, Grillo? Pleasure meeting you in person, bro. Yup, Cupcake. I got to meet my buddy Cupcake. Cupcake helped me put all this shit together. I went down I went down specifically to give Cupcake a book and sign it for him because he was nice enough to help me. And I wanted to reciprocate because that's what nice people do, correct? So I got to meet Cupcake, and then I wanted to say hello to Anthony and give him a book as well. Grillo and Monique from Radio Gunk, both desperate to be a part of the Dabbleverse. And I'm not desperate to do anything, bro. I love when people just put... Well, yeah, I don't even want to bring that guy's name up. I think he's got a mental issue, so... Everybody's got other... Monique was like, first of all, we have, just so you know, me and Monique have been friends for way before the Dabbleverse. We have a lot of mutual friends. I was one of her first guests. And I know she spawns a lot of hate from people, much like everybody else here. So I did one of her first shows. She used to live up the block from me. And but we have several mutual friends, like very close friends that she's friends with and I'm friends with. And But the only problem I have with her is she doesn't call me back. She thinks who she is. No, she's been very helpful to me in the past, and she's a very good friend. And actually, large yarmulke, yeah. I don't want to blind everybody with my bald head. I would love to know what she says about me. That'd be fun. I wouldn't doubt it. No money for me. I heard Rob. I heard he paid Rob $500 a show. I don't think. No. No, I never slept with Monique. I know her. I know her. I know her too long. I didn't sleep with her. No, she was just. She's always been good to me. Like we were friends. We lived up the block from each other. So, but that's not. It was funny because she lived up the block from me, and she got. I don't know how she got in touch with me. I think it might have been Facebook or something. And she said, "Would you like to come? Would you like to do my show?" And I was like, "Well, where are you broadcasting from?" She's like, "I'm on 52nd and 8th." I'm like, "I'm on 51st and 9th." So I literally just had to walk down the block and do her show. And I introduced her to Shuli. I introduced her to John. I introduced her to Richie Wilson. I got her pretty much all. I gave her. Well, of course, I spoke to them first, but they all did her show in the very beginning. And I know she spawns a lot of hatred. But you gotta love her that she just doesn't give up. I'll tell you that. Yeah, this was kind of messed up. I was there for all that. Monique is not part of the Dabbleverse. John called her attorney husband to get her in line because John didn't like her criticizing anyway. It started out as a friendship, believe it or not, Monique and John. But again, there's John doing what he does best. That would be weird. Perfect example of Reverend Billy. Hold on. Billy, 89 IQ, Mensomore being a professional scumbag, saying $500 lie, just like John. I don't get paid to God. No one's ever paid me to go on his show before. I heard Kevin Brennan say that he pays people. Yeah, he offered to put up my Venmo, but I don't have a Venmo. I didn't know that Venmo was a thing. But I don't know. Is that just people give you money? Well, Terry, get Monique on and have her tell you how when John and had a when she and Stuttering John had a beef, Stuttering John found out where her husband worked and spammed his office with calls and threats. Well, why am I not surprised? Thank you very much, Voltaire. Yeah, it's much appreciated. So, I just what's this now? Susanna Keller. Susanna. That's tolerating horrible behavior from John. Fuck off, Grillo. Yes, there's Grillo doing what he does best. That's tolerating horrible behavior from John. Fuck off, Grillo. What does that mean? Did you know John doxed the beloved chatter, loved one of the collected cancer fund money for a private PayPal for? No, I did not know that. I'm learning all these horrible things. It's horrible. Monique was before the dab, but yes, he is. She makes fun of everybody. Howard Stern is the best. Yeah, she was a fan that got disgruntled because of everything, the way Howard handled himself and how the show went down the tubes. I think she got angry and decided to do a podcast. And she's been on my podcast. I could show you. She was one of the people I texted yesterday. I was like, yeah, you got to come on my show. But I don't know. She doesn't have a problem with me. We're not enemies. But that she is just one of those people that just doesn't fucking return phone calls. Yes, Grillo, set up a Venmo. People give money, and some shows pay when you're on. Brendan pays regular guests. I did not know that. See, this is all alleged. It's true. In 2024, John ran a PayPal scam for a fake cancer charity and ran away with $500 in PayPal donations. Jesus, that's true. That's some bad karma right there. They didn't pay me because I didn't go on because I had no idea that they gave guests money. But It was, you know what happened is like he started talking about me, and all of a sudden I get people, yo, Brennan's talking about you, Brennan's talking about you, and I'm like, okay, and then all of a sudden I popped on to listen for a second, and I just said, yo, what's up? And then all of a sudden he sent me a link to the show, and that's why I went on. It wasn't like some pre-thing that happened, and I didn't know. So, but he did offer to put my Venmo up, and I was like, what? There's another way to make money other than super tips and super chats? I had no idea. Hey, easy with the J word there, buddy. You know what? I will put this up. There's documentaries on YouTube by a guy named Sheet Shitterson. Write that down. That will help you with some Dabbleverse history. Thank you. Someone did send me a documentary they did on John, and it kind of like it was a wake up call. I was like, I got to start doing the opposite of what he's doing. It was a really detailed documentary. Whoever did it was a really good documentary filmmaker, and it gave some detail about John's life that I was not aware of. And I couldn't watch the whole thing. I was really like, okay, that's enough. I can't believe that it went on that long, and it was all about negative shit that John has done. And if you can't see that, all this is because all the people that you burned and fucking turned on and said horrible shit and fucking tried to affect their life. You can't see that that you're affecting other people by your actions, and you just let it go on, and there's something wrong, man. It's kind of scary. I've had to deal with it for a very long time, and I choose I choose not to do that. I don't want to. I choose to be a happy person, not a miserable fucking raving maniac that some people are, and I'm just not going to do that. Yeah, you didn't write it down, Grillo. What didn't I write down there, Sunflower? No, I didn't go on. Listen. You want to give me money? Buy a book, because you get something out of it. It's like I'm that kind of person where it's like I'm not. I don't do things like that for I don't know. Careful, he's on his way to Vegas as we speak. You got to comfort him. You saying, yeah, with a busted arm, he's going to be coming on down. Coming on down. Well, Jerry has an idea where I live, so he knows exactly where to bring him. But I'm not worried about that. That guy's a big fan right there. You want to go get into Scott? So, again, I was a wrestler, and I trained, for most of the good part of my life. And I told Scott I would help him get to the push-ups. I would get him. I could have gotten him to the fucking push-ups. It was real easy. If he just would have worked with me on a daily basis, I would have had him banging push-ups out, no problem. But no, Scott had to go with Radu. And he went with this famous flamboyant trainer that did not teach him how to do push-ups. The guy ate up the camera time and didn't train him to do push-ups. When you train to do push-ups, do 5. And then the next day, guess what? Do 6. And then wait a day and then do 7. It's really simple. And Scott wanted no help from me whatsoever. I said, all right, buddy, you're on your own. And I was right there, watching the whole thing. He did not do the push-ups. He did not. And Radu kind of, he screwed John over and probably got a million new clients out of the whole thing. I've had Scott on my show before. He's down in Florida. He lives very closely in the vicinity of his friends are friends with my parents. He is. It's very true. Scott is in a lot better shape than me. Scott looks fantastic. What's this now? These people are funny. Lying again. Steve is gullible. So, well, Terry's lying again. What is she lying about? That whole bit was John's idea. He deserved the credit for that. Scott K. No, I'm not gonna take. I'll give credit where credit's due. John had a very devious mind when he worked on there, and he would give great ideas for shows. He pranked me twice. He pranked Gary all the time. He had some funny input towards the show at certain different points. I can't take that away from people. I mean, Mike, a link. I'm a man, you Gavone. Well, Terry does sound a little like, what's this? The account labeled at John 07 is a stock account of Vince the lawyer trying to mess with you. Oh. Okay. I think the guy messes with everybody. Oh, Jose, that's right, Ryan. I got pranked and John set up a fake audition. Didn't something just happen like that to John, where I guess somebody came on and said they wanted to do a spin-off of Wings and have him be a character, and it was a big spoof, and John got all upset about it, and I went, wait, that motherfucker did that shit to me, and he's upset that someone else did it to him. That's pretty funny, because he said it like I was. I'll give the man credit, man. He had it totally set up where it was like a Stephen Bosch production. It was like well orchestrated up into the fact that I nailed the audition and I didn't take it any further. And when Howard played the audition on the air, the funny thing is the bottle spun real quick about how John messed up this whole big thing, because they had to pay all the E-guys to go do this. They had to go do that. They just rent a space and make it like a real audition. They had to pay some actors that were there looking like they were auditioning as well. It was very elaborate. I give props on that. But the funny thing is, and the woman who ran the audition wound up being Rosie Aprile on The Sopranos. She was not Jackie Jr., Jackie Jr.'s mother. And when I worked on The Sopranos and I saw her there, she wouldn't talk to me. I was like, hey, remember me? And I was like, hey, it's okay. That was a long time ago. And she always avoided me. The story, Gratefully, there's 100% a lie. Rapping, were you ever on Wings Grill? Oh, no, but I was on The Sopranos and I was on Blue Bloods. So, yeah, I have a little street cred, a little bit. No, it was well orchestrated because it took place at night. They had other people there. They had a hidden camera. Of course, it's a small cam. Yeah, it was supposed to look like an audition. That's why it went down like that. Can you get Sam Kinison's brother? I do have his phone number. Widow, I do, and I could probably get her on as well, because she was married to. Today's the anniversary of Sam Kinison's death, by the way. Thank you, Nasty Meal. I have Bill Kinison and Malika. I could get in touch. Malika married Paul Borghese, who is a fine actor. He's on the show Gravesend, but he played Yogi Berra in the Mickey Mantle story. He's a big-time actor, and he's on there, the Gravesend. He's got a big role there. And maybe I'll get Paul on, but today was the anniversary, 34 years. I saw Bill Kinison posted that it's 34 years that Sam passed away. And I do have a story about that, because I gotta make sure I make this succinct and as entertaining as possible, because it's very detailed. I was doing the best of. The show was on hiatus. I was doing the best of with Maria Melito, and one of the last segments that we played, right, that Friday before the break was over, was Sam and Howard becoming friends again. They were mad at each other, and there was like a big love fest. And I literally remember thinking in my head, I wonder how Howard would ever handle someone that close to him's death live on the radio. And that was Friday. And then I get off the air, and I was answering the phones because there was nobody around. I just loved being there so much. I would literally spend my time when I didn't have to be there, because it was just like such an amazing feeling. I was so young, and it was like, wow. So I was answering phones, and Malika and Sam called up looking for Gary. And Gary was obviously on vacation. So they were so fucking ecstatically. They were in such a good mood because they had just gotten married. And, I heard Sam in the background, and Malika was like, well, we want to announce it first thing on the air Monday morning. We want to make an official announcement. I said, congratulations, that's so awesome. She says, I'm not sure whether we're going to be in our Vegas home or our home in Los Angeles. I'll give you both numbers. So I got her number after thinking about what would happen if Howard handle someone dying, because he's never dealt with that on the air. So I get off the phone with them and I call Gary and left him a message on his answer machine. Gary, and they were set up to be Monday morning. That was going to be the big announcement. And then I get to work the next day. I was working at another pizzeria, and one of the waitresses came in and said, "Did you hear the news?" I was like, "What?" She's like, "Sam Kinison died." I was like, "Bullshit." There was a bunch of rumors going around that like this person died, that person died. I was like, "No way." I just spoke to him. I just spoke to his wife yesterday. They got married. They're going to come on the show on Monday. She was like, "So Steve, it's real." And they died. They were in Vegas. They died on the way to the California house on the road. And that was just kind of weird. I had a premonition about him dying, and he died the next day. That kind of like rocked my world. So that's the thing. Sam sparked Howard and Bon Jovi. Yeah, no, that's true. Sopranos had one shitty episode. All the other ones without Grillo were great. Then why, Mighty Funny One, how come my scene in The Sopranos is ranked one of the top 10 scenes? You can look it up. I don't know. Think about it. I'm sure you do. I did Nasty Meal. No, I did not have an opportunity to meet Sam. That's one of my big regrets. I heard that he was like awesome. He like Stuttering John said he flew him out to Los Angeles once and he partied with him the whole time and it was like a great time. It's all right, man. It's all good. I know you're messing with me. That's why I put it up. So, but anyway, 6:30. I'm starving, and there's a cocktail with my name on it in my apartment. No drinking and driving, everybody. But thank you so much for everybody coming on. And I got some guests lined up. I'm trying to get Johnny Brennan on this week and Steve Schripp on this week. I'd like to get Monique on. I'd like to get comedian Brian. Oh, what the hell is his name? I'm drawing a fucking brain fart. Gabagool over here. Brian McCarthy. I'm trying to get Brian McCarthy on. I'm a starving actor right now. That's correct. But, wow, I did an hour. You guys make time go fucking by fast. Just made a cool $60 at 30% YT. Nice job. $60 I didn't have before. Get Kamal instead. No way. I have another story about Kamal. I'll save that for another one. Good night, Sunflower Dragon, you beautiful human being. Good night, everybody. Peace out. I'll be back tomorrow at some point. I'll let you know.